In this video, I'm going to age the Italian brain rot memes in Sprunky. I'm gonna turn them into babies, then teenagers, and finally into elders. All of that right here in Sprunky. Listen up, guys. The first stage of the Italian brain rot memes is when they're babies. I'm starting with the orange Sprunky, which is Tum Tum Sahur.
Tung 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 sahur.
He's playing with his little wooden toy back and forth and looks like he gets mad when he misses the little ball he wants to hit. So cute. Just listen to the sound he makes.
Tung 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 sahur. Tung 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 sahur.
Now let's move on to the next Sprunky, which is the red Sprunky. Bombardiro Crocodilo.
Bombardiro crocodilo.
Look, dudes, he's got little propellers in his hands. Looks like he's doing somersaults. I think he can fly, huh? To be doing that, super adorable. And he keeps talking.
Bombardiro crocodilo.
Anyway, next up is the Sprunky Clunker, which in this case is
Pippi Potato! Hook!
Pippi Potato! It's the baby version of Pippi Potato, bros! He's inside a potato and he's super cute. Look at that! He's got a real baby face, like a newborn or something. Really awesome! Now into the next Sprunky, which is the Sprunky Fun Bot. And in this one, I placed the Brr Patapim in its baby form.
Il mio cappello è pieno di slim. Nel bosco fitto e misterioso.
He keeps popping flowers out, fellas. Looks like he's feeling super fresh. Every time he wiggles around, his little leaves sprout. Too adorable, bro. Listen to that sound.
Viveva un essere assai curioso. Il mio cappello è pieno di slim. Nel bosco fitto e misterioso. Viveva un essere assai curioso. Il mio cappello è pieno di slim.
What a little cutie, huh, dudes? Let's go now to the Sprunky Veneria, which turned out to be Fruli Frula. Look how adorable, peeps! He's playing with his coffee cups. He goes back and forth, kicking the cups without even spilling them. He knows exactly what he's doing. Huh? Okay, now let's check out the Sprunky Gray, which is the Boneca Ambalabu.
Boneka Ambalabu. Entitas jahat yang banyak meresahkan masyarakat.
He's all jittery G's, and his little baby face has these pinky dots showing he's in baby mode. You know, super adorable too. Next up is the Sprunky Brud, and in this one, I put the Cappuccino Assassino, guys. Look at him, he's swinging his little legs with his hand on the ground. Super sweet, bro. And he makes this sound. Anyway, onto the next Sprunky, which is the Sprunky Garnold. And in it I added Trippy Troppy Troppa Trippa in the baby version, fellas. And he definitely looks way younger in his little face. Those flies won't leave him alone, poor dude. I think he seriously needs a bath. Alright, now let's head to Sprunky Oax. In this one, I placed the Brumbaloniloniloni. And it looks like, bro, he can't move much. He moves real slow. I think he's struggling. Probably because he's stuck in a coconut, huh? And he came out super cute, buddy, with those tiny teeth like that. Really cute. Okay, next up is the Sprunky Sky. And in it I added Imfrigo Camelo Buffo Fardello, guys. And he walks just like a little camel, back and forth. I don't think he knows how to strut like a normal camel yet. For those who don't know, a regular camel struts. This one is still learning, y'all. He's a very special camel. Listen to that sound.
Un frigo camelo cammina nel centro della città. Con stivali giganti, camelo, un frigo camelo cammina nel centro della città. Con stivali giganti e frigo camelo.
Now we're going to the Sprunky Sun, which is Chimpanzini Bananini, dudes. Look how cute. He's kind of dancing inside that banana peel he's in. And he's got this grumpy lil face going on. Check out the sound he makes.
Chimpanzini bananini. Wow, wow, chimpanzini coconcini. Chimpanzini bananini.
Super cool. Next up is the Sprunky Durple, and it's Ballerina Cappuccina. Guys, she's here doing ballet with her cappuccino head, and that's the sound she makes.
È la ballerina cappuccino assassina.
Now for the tree, we've got Vaca Saturno Saturnita. She can't stay still because I think her gravity's off. That's why she keeps shaking all over the place. And that's how she turned out in the baby version.
Gli anelli che girano, Saturno Saturnita. gli anelli che girano, brillano al cielo, con il corpo di Saturno, Saturnita.
Now let's move on to Sprunky Simon, which became Tralalelo Tralalala. Look at how adorable he turned out, guys. He's in a real baby mode, wearing a little brown beanie, wobbling around. He's super cute, bro. I think it's because he knows how to swim, so he keeps floating back and forth, chanting Tralalero Tralala.
Ero con il mio fottuto figlio merdato a giocare a Fortnite. Porco Dio e porco Allah.
Next is Sprunky Tunner, which became, I don't even know how to pronounce it, bros. But it turned out with a very cartoonish vibe. Jeez, it's got such a proper baby face. Look at that. They move side to side like they're trying to dance together. Super cool. Now let's go to Mr. Fun Computer, which turned into Lira Liri Larila, also in baby form because of the little pinky blush on his cheek. He doesn't do much, but he's cute anyway. Next up, we've got Sprunky Wenda, which became Badidididum. And he moves his arms like this, dudes, jumping from side to side. I really liked his animation. So far, it's the coolest one I made, and that's him in baby form. Okay, now let's hit Sprunky Pinky, which turned into
Bombombini Gusini.
Bombombini Guzini, guys. He's bouncing around, and every time he jumps, his eyes get all scrambled. Dudes, look how funny, super charming, and also really cute. Now onto the final Sprunky, which is Sprunky Jevin.
Glorbo. Frutto drillo.
And look at his fruit, huh? It's a crocodile kind of stuck inside a watermelon, but honestly, he looks more like the watermelon itself, bro. It suits him perfectly. That's his baby version.
Glorbo. Frutto drillo.
And that's how they all look together, fellas. They all move the same way, like they're vibing together. And the sound they make is kind of weird. That was the first row. Now let's move on to the second one, which I think will be way better than the first. Wait, we missed one. Tralalelo, tralalala. Look how adorable they all are together, huh? And they make this sound. Okay, now let's move to the next one, which didn't load before, so let's just put everyone together now. Look how cute this third version is, people. The little orange one really stands out with his dance. Look at that. Let's pair him up with Tum Tum Sayer and see how it looks. So sweet, this first version. And those were the baby Sprunkies Brainrot. Now we're moving on to their teen phase. And in this teenage phase, I think they all look kind of grumpy. So let's start with the first Sprunky and see. Look how Tum Tum Sahur turned out, fellas. He's in his older version now, like a teenager, right? He's still playing with his bat, but with a way more youthful appearance, don't you think?
Tung 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 sahur.
Now let's remove him and add the next Sprunky, the red one. Bombardiro Crocodilo, dudes. He's not doing flips anymore. Now he's just smiling real cute. Probably because he grew up, huh? He's not into the same games from when he was a baby.
Bombardiro crocodilo. Bombardiro crocodilo.
Now let's pair him with Tutu Sahur. And this is how the two of them look, guys. Let's toss another Sprunky in here. This one is Pippi Potato. He just got a little bigger, guys. Didn't age much. Probably because he's a tiny mouse, huh? He looks much more teen-like, but still totally adorable. Now let's go to Burba Patapim, the Sprunky Fun Bot. This is how he turned out, dudes, in his teenage phase. Next Sprunky is Frully Frulla. He's still playing with the cup peeps, but now he drinks from it instead of kicking it around like crazy. That's his teen version. Now let's hit up the next Sprunky, which is Sprunky Gray. And here's how he turned out, bros. Still trembling all over the place, poor guy. Now on to Sprunky Cappuccino Assassino, guys. This is how he looks in teenage mode. And that wraps up the first batch. Let's move on to the second. Let's throw in this Sprunky now. This one was Sprunky Brainrot. Trippy Troppa Troppa Trippa dudes. The flies around him shrank a bit. He used to have like 3, now it's just 2. And he's in this kind of chubby phase, bros. Look at the size of his belly, poor guy. Totally looks like he's in his teenage years. Now on to the next Sprunky, Sprunky Owax. He turned into Brainrot too. Super adorable. Next Sprunky coming up, and he's making this sound. Frigo Camelo Buffo Fadello. He looks way more youthful now. Way taller too. His body is basically a fridge now. He used to be so tiny. I liked it. Really cute. Now to the next Sprunky. This one is Chimpanzini Bananini. Here's how he looks in his teenage version. He's still swaying, but still got that grumpy face on, huh? Probably because he aged a bit. And he still makes the same sound. Next up is Sprunky Ballerina Cappuccina. She only grew up a little, right fellas? Still super cute though. That's her teenage version. Now let's check out the next Sprunky, and he's making this noise.
La vacca Saturno Saturnita.
La vacca Saturno Saturnita. Look, she's moving his little arms, dude. Looks like she's more hyper now that he's a teen. Drop down a bit. Still saying the same things. Time for tralalero tralala. Here's how he turned out, guys. Now he's dancing a little. How sweet. Next Sprunky coming up.
Garam mararam raraman mararaman.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's how he turned out in his teenage phase, guys. He got totally grumpy compared to when he was a baby. His face looks angry and he's not dancing anymore like he used to. Now for the next Sprunky, Lira in his teenage phase. He's kinda a cactus, huh guys? He doesn't move, just stand still. I liked it, now let's pair him with the little orange one. Look how he talks, guys. I like his teen phase. Next Sprunky now. Bomba Mingozini still flaps his little wings, guys. But now his eyes are straight. Look at that. Eyes all lined up. Now for the final Sprunky of the teenage phase. He just grew a bit, but he still keeps saying the same thing.
Glorbo. Frutto drillo.
Anyway, now I'm moving on to the elder versions of the Sprunky's Brainrot. I'm gonna turn them all into old fellas. And with a magical step and a touch of old-timer dust, I present to you the Italian Brainrot elder memes here in Sprunky form. First up was Tum Tum Sarur. He's gone bald up top and is full of wrinkles, poor dude. Looking super old.
Tung 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 sahur.
Now let's swap him out and bring in the next Sprunky, which was Sprunky Ratty. I made him into the Bombardira Crocodilo. Here he is, guys. He's got a big white beard and super tired eyes, but he still flies around. That's how he turned out.
Bombardiro crocodilo. Bombardiro crocodilo.
Looks pretty cool. Next Sprunky is Pippa Potato. Totally wrinkled up, bro. And honestly, he looks kinda scared, right? But he's still full of energy. Now for the next Sprunky, we did Brr Brr Patapim instead of Funbot. And he's looking super freaked out, fellas. Like he's sad or something. I think something happened to him. So that's how he ended up in his elder form. Next up, we got Sprunky Veneria. The one we made in that moment. He looks super startled. Seems like he's way too hyper because he's drinking loads of coffee. He went totally wild here. Look, he drank the coffee. He's so funny, dude. I really liked it.
Vieni qui, mio caro amico, bevi un frulla. E la pinguino nel deserto che fa bla bla bla. Vieni qui, mio caro amico, bevi un frulla.
Anyway, on to the next Sprunky. This one was
Boneca Ambalabu.
the Boneca Ambalabu, guys. He looks so tired. He can't even handle his tire anymore. Just shuffles around back and forth. Poor guy can barely move, jeez. Alright, now let's check out the next Sprunky. I made Cappuccino being born in his elder version. He can't stay all hyped up anymore. That's why he's leaning over to the side. He's got a beard and wrinkles now, bro. Looks super weird, but that's how he turned out as an old dude.
Cappuccino assassino.
Okay, moving on to the next Sprunky. We've got Trippy Troppy, Troppa Trippa here. As you can see, the flies around him kinda died from the stench he's putting out. And it looks like he's all freaked out searching for some fly because they stayed on his head for so long. I think it drove him a little bonkers. So yeah, that's how he ended up.
Triplicando trottoline tropicali. Tre topi trotterelli. Triplicando trottoline tropicali. Tre topi trotterelli.
Now let's move on to the next Sprunky. This one is Burbaloni Loli. He looks totally worn out just by the look of him. Poor guy, and he keeps doing this little dance right here. And for the next Sprunky, we've got it.
Frigo camelo buffo fardello. Nel centro della
Frigo Camelo Buffo Fardello, guys. Here's how he turned out, with a huge beard. Seems like his color changed too, and even the fridge part changed color from the original. I guess over time, everything just kind of aged into this. Alright, on to the next Sprunky.
Scimpanzini bananini. Wah, wah, wah.
This one turned out like this, guys. He still has that grumpy, gloomy look on his face, and now he's rocking a beard too. His expression didn't change much, but he's clearly an old-timer now. Next up is Herb.
Ballerina cappuccina. Mimi.
But Ilarina Cappuccina, she's got wrinkles all over, bro. She looks super old now. Barely even looks like herself anymore. But hey, at least she's still doing her little dance. Okay, let's swap her out and move to the next Sprunky, La Vaca Saturno Saturnita.
De frente tu sei tanto bonita.
In her elder version, she saw something super spooky and ended up all wrinkled. I think she just forgot she was supposed to get old. And now, this is how she turned out. Now for the next Sprunky, we got Tralalero Tralala.
Porco Dio e porco Allah.
He's looking real tired too, but I think he's still trying to exercise because he's just bouncing around in his running shoes. I liked it, pretty cute. Next up is Graumanon. He's got that classic grumpy old look. I think he got old and now he just can't take any jokes anymore. So he just stands there staring into nothing. Moving on to
Lirili larila. Elefante nel deserto che cammina qua e là.
Lirilla, guys, this Brainrot Sprunky's beard went all white and he's covered in wrinkles too. His trunk is still up, and his ears looks like they're still working just fine, because they're all perked up. Now we've got Dindum. He's still looking super strong, dudes, but age brought in more wrinkles. But hey, at least he's happy. He's the first Brainrot Sprunky we made that's still smiling, still holding strong. Next up, we got Bombambini Guzim. He's looking real worn out. I bet he flew all across the Sprunky skies non-stop, but he's still standing strong, guys. Check him out.
Fratello bombe alla crocodilo, uno che svolge tutte.
And last, we've got Sprunky Glorbo Fruto Drillo.
Frutto drillo.
He's got this super stylish beard under his chin and still has 2 little teeth left. So yeah, looks like he aged pretty well.
Glorbo.
Now let's look at this whole bottom row together just to see how they turned out.
Bombini Gusini. Fratello bombardiro crocodilo che svolge varie funzioni.
Dude, it looks so cool. Okay, now for the next batch. Let me clear everyone out. Put in Bailarina Cappuccina and all these other Sprunkies here. And this is how they turned out, guys. And finally, we've got Tum Tum Sayer, the Crocodilo Bombardiro, Pippi Potato, Burberpotapim, Frully Frula, and this super stylish frog dude. I'm already forgetting what I'm saying here. Jeez, bro. Alright, guys, make sure to subscribe for more Sprunky.